Welcome back. I'm Dr. Silla. This is chapter 3 of 3. I am also the CEO and founder of Speak Excellent English. At the end of this reading of chapter 3, I'd like for you to summarize in the box below what this chapter is about. And if you answer below, I will give you a free conversational English class in the month of February 2019. I will begin now with chapter 3. Working together. Manfred's small apartment was filled to capacity with all the other residents who had gathered to discuss the senior center. I have invited our young friend Fernando to join us, Manfred announced. I'm sure you'll be very impressed when you hear what he has to say. After handing out copies of a summary Mama had typed with the information they had gathered about setting up a center, Fernando hesitantly began to speak. Soon, everyone was contributing ideas about what the center could offer, and the room buzzed with energy and excitement. I'd like computer classes so I can learn to email my grandchildren, one woman stated. Another added, it'd be great if there were music practice rooms. I'd like to play my trombone, but it's very noisy. I don't think the rest of you would like it. And I'd like somewhere to practice on my violin, Miss Monroe said. Then Abulo stood up. Fernando could tell that he was very nervous, so he gave him an encouraging smile. I would like to learn better English, Abulo said, and then quickly sat back down, obviously embarrassed. But it soon became clear that there was no reason for him to be timid about his idea. A Japanese man quickly agreed, and so did a woman from Turkey. Before long, they had reached a decision to establish an action group to promote the setting up of a local senior center. We need other people on board too, Manfred said. The more, the merrier. Why don't we write a petition, suggested Miss Monroe. We could post copies at the library and anywhere else where people might see it and sign to support the cause. Great idea, Manfred agreed. Let's create some posters and pamphlets too. And don't forget word of mouth. Tell everyone you know. Someone's daughter worked in a print shop and could create all the posters they needed. Other people offered to distribute leaflets or copies of the petition. It was all hands on deck. Fernando's determination had spread, and now everyone wanted to make things happen. Over the following weeks, it became obvious that many of the residents had perfect skills for this kind of work. Miss Monroe, for example, was brilliant at convincing people to sign the petition. She spent hours sitting outside the supermarket telling everyone who passed by how great a local senior center would be. Many more people became involved. Some were family or friends of the apartment residents. Some had simply heard about the idea and wanted to contribute. Manfred collected a list of all the suggestions and offers of support. Then he distributed it at the next meeting of the action group, which was held in his apartment once again. This is fantastic, Fernando said as he read the list. There are already 20 people who want to take classes. People have promised to donate furniture and appliances, and a lot of people are going to donate money. What we need now is a building, Abulo said. I was talking to Mrs. Straub's daughter about that. I asked Miss Monroe, and Miss Monroe said, she told me the health center on the next block has moved to new premises and the vacated building would make a marvelous senior center. Manfred proposed that they present their plan to the city hall, and there was unanimous agreement. It was time to take the idea to the next level. Just days later, Manfred, Abulo, Miss Monroe, and Fernando sat on cold plastic chairs outside an office at City Hall, waiting patiently for their appointment. It's important that you're here, Manfred told Fernando. See, without you, we wouldn't have gotten this far. Abulo agreed, taking Fernando's hand and squeezing it. Suddenly, the office door opened and they were invited inside. Now tell me, what can I do for you? The City Hall official inquired. Well, Manfred began after a deep breath, My young friend Fernando had this wonderful idea. Over the next hour, they explained their proposal, presented their paperwork, and described their plans for installing regulation fire doors and complying with other safety rules. By the end of the appointment, the official was obviously impressed. You have been very thorough, she said as she shook hands with each of them. I'm sure we can negotiate a way to make your senior center a reality. Almost 1 year later, the same official stood with Fernando and a crowd of people from the neighborhood to celebrate the official opening of the new senior center. Abula was teasing Manfred. I will be one of your first senior students, senor. But remember, no unseemly behavior in my class. We're going to keep things professional, Manfred joked in return. He had offered to lead the English as a second language class because he used to teach language classes at a high school. Fernando waited with Mama and Papa, proudly glancing up at the building. Fernando, Abulo, and many others had worked hard to make sure everything was ready for the computer classes, music practice, social gatherings, and other activities that would soon fill the space. Attention, please, Manfred announced. Fernando will now cut the ribbon for the official opening. He had the original idea for this center. He shared it with us, and look what we have achieved. Fernando felt an enormous sense of pride as he hoisted the giant pair of scissors that Manfred had brought and cut the ribbon across the front of the door of the building. Cheers went up all around. Fernando caught Abulo's eye, and his grandfather gave him a huge smile, looking as happy as Fernando had ever seen. This concludes chapter 3 of 3. Thank you so much for listening while I read for you. It was my pleasure. If you have not become a member of Speak Excellent English, the Facebook group, please do so. You are most welcome. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please do so. There again, you are most welcome. If you click on the bell, you will be made aware of when I'm going live. Again, thank you for your time. I am Dr. Priscilla. I am a native English speaker, and I live in the U.S. Bye for now.